All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakwadash. Giving double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And sincere Shalom to the men out there who are laboring, risking their lives and their freedom in all sincerity to push this truth across the four corners of the earth. All right, much honor and respect being to you, and sincere Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother by Ya'ah, all right, from the Pasadena camp. And, today's lesson I'm going to go into is on temperance and how this is vital and key, to be successful as in this thing of ours, as a man of the Lord, and to gain salvation. All right, because Yahweh Shemiel Shai is not looking for somebody who doesn't have any self-control, all right, who's constantly just giving into their own lusts, all right. But nah, man, the Lord wants somebody who's got control over those things, man, because you can't let unclean spirits, hang around too long, man, or they might take over you, or they might invite other unclean spirits, all right? So I'm going to get right into it, and I'm going to start with Titus, the 2nd chapter from the top. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. And what's that sound doctrine, all right, is the doctrine of salvation, man, the 100% truth of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, who we, through the Spirit, know that was given unto our apostles and elders a great millstone, man, all right? And, one mind, one body, all speaking the same thing, all right? And verse 2, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience, all right? The aged men, all right? Because when you come into this thing, you're a babe, all right? And when it's talking about the aged men, this is how you are to grow, man. These are some of the characteristics that you're supposed to take upon yourself as a man of the Lord, all right? And the one I'm going to focus on today is temperate, all right? So I'm going to get the word for temperate, all right? And the word is sophron, okay? Sophron. Sound mind, self-controlled, all right? Moderate, discreet, sober, curbing one's desires and impulses, self-controlled, temperate, all right? Self-controlled, temperate, all right? So we're going to get the word self-controlled, okay? The ability to control oneself, in particular one's emotions, desires, or expression of them in one's behavior, especially in difficult situations, all right? And some of the similar words there: self-restraint, restraint, all right? Abstention, all right? Moderation, willpower, self-mastery, all right? Opposite, indiscipline, okay? So these words are all, this is basically just talking about, controlling your desires, man. And the desires is going to be the want of your flesh, man. And the flesh, all right, is constantly warring against the spirit, man. All right, so you're supposed to live in the spirit rather than in the flesh. All right, do things that are good for your spirit rather than your flesh. All right, sit down, read, all right. Feed the spirit, man, all right? Have some self-control, all right? Some of those things, of the lust of the flesh is what, man? These women, all right? You could be wanting to have sex with every woman, and that'll what? In turn, have you commit adultery, all right? Having sex with another man's wife, all right? And that's a sin that's worthy of death, man, but without Yahweh Shai. All right, but since we have Yahweh Shai, hey, the scriptures still say that the wages of sin is death, man. All right, so Yahweh Shai is only gonna plead your case for so long, man. You keep committing adultery, you keep doing things that you're not supposed to. All right, fulfilling the lust of the flesh. All right, you might be put to death. And some of those other things, all right, that you gotta have self-control over is gluttony. All right, whether that be with food, you might be a fat ass. All right. Hey, the Lord ain't dealing with no overweight fat nigga, man. All right, putting it straightforward. All right, gluttony with money, alcoholism, smoking weed, video games, sports. Those are all things that that you could give yourself over unto, man. All right, make them an idol, right? Fulfilling the lusts of your flesh, man. But you got to be temperate of these things. All right, you got to have self-control over what you do, man. All right, you can't do too much of anything, even though it seems like you ain't sinning. You could turn it into a sin, in the form of idolatry. So I'm going to get Mark. This is Mark 14. And verse 38. Watch ye and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. The spirit truly is ready, but the flesh is weak. All right? So you got to be temperate that you may not enter into temptation. Because the spirit is ready to do, everything necessary for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but the flesh is what really causes you to go off, man. You might be lazy. You might catch that lazy demon, right? But you got to fight that, man, So I'm going to get the word there for temptation. And the word is parasmos. Go to it, all right? Solicitation, all right? Implication, adversity, to try. An enticement to sin, temptation, whether arising from desires or from the outward circumstances. All right? Go to A, of the temptation by which the devil sought to... Salakia, not that one. We're going to go to 4. Adversity, affliction, trouble sent by God, and serving to test of or one... Salakia. By God, and serving to test or prove one's character, faith, holiness. All right? So this is basic temptation, an internal temptation to sin, man. All right? A trial of man's fidelity, integrity, virtue, constancy. All right? So are you going to give in to your lust, which is sent from, which is used, by Satan from the Most High, man? Because Satan works for the Most High, man. Satan asked for permission. He did that with Job, man. He tested Job's faith. All right? And that's what Satan is here doing today, man, with us. So I'm going to get that. This is Luke 22 and verse 31. And the Lord says, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. All right, sift you. You ever seen a sifting process? You shake, the wheat upon the sifter, and the dust particles fall through. All right, so Satan's out here trying to shake your faith, man. He's trying to make your shake fall through. All right, by what? Enticing you to sin. Sending a woman your way, who you shouldn't be messing with. Maybe a blunt was passed your way. You're hanging out with the wrong people, man. And you might hit it. You know what I mean? So that's all Satan's. Those are all Satan's doings, man. But you got to be temperate in these things, man. You got to have self-control. You got to keep yourself from hanging out with certain people, or you got to keep yourself from getting into them certain situations, man. You should know we're all battling ourselves here, man. You should know your how much leeway you should give yourself, whether you should do something or not, because you might fall, man. All right. So this is what we're to be doing, man, because we're all fighting for a crown, man. At the end of the day. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus 18 in verse 30. Go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. And that's in the law, man. All right. Go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. The appetite of the flesh is going to cause you to stumble. All right. And the lust of the flesh, hey, man, Oh, verse 31, if thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies that malign thee. All right. So you see, We got to have discipline, self-control, temperance, man. We got to be temperate in all things. All right? Walking in the Spirit, you know. So I'm going to go jump up to Ecclesiasticus 19:5. Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned, but he that resists his pleasures crowneth his life. All right? So you see how they're basically lining up wickedness with pleasure, man. So whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned, but he that resists his pleasures crowneth his life. All right? Because it's going to feel good for a second, man, but hey, then the Lord's going to start chastising you or sending for judgment for doing what you want to do, man. All right? So you got to resist the pleasures, man, because we're all trying to receive that crown. And I'm going to close out right here. This is 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. All right? Run that you may obtain this prize, man. All right? And the prize is ultimately is salvation of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate. There's that word again, temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. All right? So people of the world who strive for a mastery, you know, your Floyd Mayweathers, your Mike Tysons, you know, they have self-control in what they do in order to be the best at what they do, man. All right? And they obtain that corruptible crown, man, because they're forgotten, man. All right? But our incorruptible crown, we have to be temperate in walking in the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. You know, keeping these laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, you know, and having self-control, man. If it don't line up with the scriptures, man, we ain't for it, man. We're Bible bigots over here, man. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately we do these things because we know the prize at the end of the road, man. We're trying to walk that narrow path. You know, we've given up all types of things, man. You know, brothers have changed their lives, done a complete 180, man. All right? So we do these things to obtain an incorruptible crown, man. You got to remember that. See, the prize isn't, you know, hasn't manifested, man. We seem like, you know, we're the low of the low. You know, people don't really respect us, but we have respect amongst brothers, man. We respect each other, all right? Because we know that we're one of a kind, man. Brothers is special, you know? Brothers is really special, all right? And we're all fighting a battle, man, to obtain that incorruptible crown, man. So you got to remain temperate and have self-control, man. You know, curb your desires, man. Do not fulfill the lust of the flesh, all right? And you'll be all right. Lead a simple life, man. Simplicity. You know, the simpler your life is, hey, the less you're going to go off, man. You know, I can tell you that first and foremost. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost in this video, man. You know, but Lord willing, this was edifying. You know, and you brothers found comfort in this video. And with that, I'm going to close out and give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Give me double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone. All right, once again. And once again, you know, shalom to you brothers out there who are laboring in this truth, man. Keep pushing, Akim. Okay? This is your shalom to the full elect. Until next time, I say shalom.